We heard earlier in the show today that Emily didn't like it that her son says "I love you" to her.
Yes, she did say
Too
that.
much.
It was
too
the
much.
amount.
Yeah.
It was the amount.
Which, I mean, a lot of people can't understand. They can't wrap their head around that one.
Yeah.
That was it was a lot.
Yeah.
That's not the only thing that Emily did recently that's, again, weird and strange. I mean, some people, think, oh, you guys are too hard on Emily. You guys are, leave her alone. She's fine.
She's such a sweetie.
You don't know what we deal with.
Yeah.
Emily is a whack job. Am I wrong to say that? Is she a
No.
whack job?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
She doesn't
Just a
believe-
little bit. I agree that I'm a little bit. I don't think it's to the level that you make it out to
Right.
Mm.
Hang on. Let's find out what she did.
We ain't done yet. It's time for the P1 podcast.
Fun's not over yet.
Completely uncensored and unfiltered, except for that part. Looking for the after party with it going. The show's after show starts now.
Now, I can sometimes relate to this gal because I suffer a little bit from being crazy but not knowing you're crazy.
That's very true.
And then I'll realize it when I say something, and then I look at the faces of everyone around me, and then I'll go, "Uh-oh,
That's not normal.
maybe I should have kept that to myself."
Yeah, like the $500 in 6 months you left in tips
Yeah.
on Grubhub.
Can you?
I was
Or-
at $53.
Can you
Yeah.
not bring that up
Or
again?
DoorDash,
Yeah.
whatever the hell
We're
it
all
is.
we're all different.
Stunning.
Okay.
Stunning.
Okay.
But you do the thing where you will fight it. You'll argue that you're not crazy.
Well, no one wants to be told that they're crazy.
Yeah.
Even if you know it a tiny
Yeah.
bit on the inside, you gotta fight it.
Emily knows it. She just will fight it. She's going to fight it. She's going to be defiant about
Yeah,
it.
she likes to have people think one thing,
Yeah.
one specific way about her. But in reality,
Which
we
is
know
what?
what's going on.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
don't ask that.
Which way do I want people
Why
to
would
think
you
of
ask
me?
that question?
I mean, I think we know.
What?
Not crazy, perfect.
I mean, I say all the weird stuff I do all the time, so I know that some people think I'm a little odd, obviously.
But did you know you were this odd until you joined this show? Like, people weren't pointing it out to you?
Yeah.
No.
I love it. I thrive in this environment to surround myself with people who do crazy stuff. I love it.
Yeah.
So adding you to the show was a boom for me because you're a fountain of weirdness.
I said the exact same thing to my husband the other day. I'm like, you know how great Emily is? And I said, especially on the podcast, because she's so honest about her shit. You know what I mean? And honestly, I thought Emily was more vanilla than this when we hired her. I did.
I
did.
definitely thought it
bitch.
was a mistake when we hired her.
Like I knew she was like fun and did stuff, but I didn't know that there
Yeah.
was this weird.
You didn't think she had any talent.
No. The
When we
weirdness.
hired her, we hired an onion.
Yeah.
And then
An onion?
as
Yes.
the
Yes.
It
years
was
have gone
terribly
by,
smelling.
Hey!
as the years have gone by, we've peeled
Yes.
layers
Yes.
continuously, and this is a never-ending onion.
Yeah, and it's still an onion.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no doubt about
Okay,
it.
you guys.
You don't like onions?
You're like
No.
a blooming onion.
You get,
Oh, a blooming
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
No.
Onions
That's
are good.
too delicious.
Yeah. Onions give me heartburn and indigestion.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
There you go. So I love it. Don't ever get that wrong. Like
Oh.
your psychoness
You're good.
Yeah.
is like I just eating it more and more. And more
Sometimes
and
I can't understand it, and it's like,
Sometimes I'll
And
get
it's-
too full.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
yucky.
Where I go, can
and it's
you
yucky.
hold off on this deliciousness for just a little bit? And you
Yeah.
never do. And I'm always like,
Yeah.
I can't, it's like Thor and ice cream or butter. He
Oh,
just can't
butter.
stop.
Yeah. Just more.
I can't stop. I can't stop.
Yeah, right. I've seen you.
Okay.
And
You've
so-
seen me scoop butter.
Yeah, nonstop, right in your mouth.
That is not.
That's a
that
fact.
is not
These are
true.
facts.
Yeah,
These are facts.
it's a lot.
So don't ever get it twisted. Don't ever change.
Yeah.
You do you, but you are a whack job. There's no question about it. There's no question about it. And what I think Thor means by you do have an image you would ideally like to portray,
100%.
which I think anybody would.
Yeah, I think we
You
all
know,
do.
I think you want to be, Susie Homemaker, perfect life, perfect wife, perfect mother. I got a great household. But then reality sets in, and you look around and you go, I can't keep up the facade. I've given up.
I think I'm never putting a facade up. I think I genuinely have myself convinced that that's the way that it is.
Well,
Well, that's not good.
that's You ever see those things of like,
What?
Instagram and then reality?
Oh yeah.
That's kind of what we're dealing with here. So it is what it is. And again, I love it.
Don't ever change.
But you
I don't
are
like it when you start out with the compliments.
But you are
Yeah, we are going a little overboard.
very different. You are very different. I'll be honest with you. I've never met anybody like you in my life. That's not a bad thing.
Thank you.
That's not a bad thing.
Look at
That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. Okay.
Oh.
So yesterday, after the show, after the
Yes,
podcast
yes,
was
talk
all
about
done, we all had a big meeting,
Yes.
all staff meeting about the Rady Children's Give-a-thon that's coming up.
Yeah,
It's
next
a
week.
massive broadcast. It's a lot of ins and outs, a lot of things that go on in this broadcast. And so we had a big meeting about it.
Yeah.
And it was going to be a Zoom meeting. And so, because it's, everything's that way now.
Virtual.
And so we decided, all right, well, we'll all do our own thing. I stayed here because I wanted everybody to know that I was still at work.
Oh, in the studio
In
with
the
the logo
studio.
behind
Oh,
you.
yeah.
So
Damn right.
wow.
everyone
Damn
knew.
right.
He
You're
like did the-
damn right.
Hard
Probably
worker.
did the thing that he looked exhausted, like
Oh, dude, couldn't you
hand on
tell?
his head, like
Couldn't you tell?
Yeah. Put a
a
pencil
lot of
behind
deep,
his
a lot of
ear.
deep breaths. Like,
Yeah.
Man, I
Yeah.
just grinded,
yeah,
man.
It's crazy.
just
That's what I do,
grinding.
just grinding.
Shut
That's
up.
all he does.
I hate that word.
He grinds.
Emily, the second we're done recording the podcast, she's gone.
Yeah.
She's out.
She runs.
She was at home before I even opened up my laptop. So she was at home.
Yeah.
Sky was in the office, and I think did you leave during
Yes.
the meeting
I-
on your phone?
I had to get gas.
I thought so.
And I had to pick up some.
And were you just on the
Rubios.
phone? You never had your
Camera on.
Camera on?
I did when I first logged on, and I forgot because I was like plugging my headphones into my phone, like trying to get ready.
You could
'cause-
barely see with that tiny head in
Such a
the
good-
Zoom screen.
and
it was
then
crazy.
I realized my phone was on the table facing up at like 17 chins, and I'm like, this is a very unflattering angle.
Terrible angle.
So fucking horrible. So quickly turned that camera
Oh,
off.
that would have been
Oh, no,
hilarious.
Oh, it was brutal.
Sky.
It was so
Yeah.
brutal.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Thor, like the douchebag that he
Oh,
is,
what the fuck?
put up a picture of him in a tank top
Yeah.
from the beach.
One of
I
those
did.
guys.
You know how, like on Zoom,
That I
you
did.
can either be a live camera,
Yep.
you can just have no camera at all, or you can post a picture
Right.
of yourself. A tank top picture, dude.
So here's why.
A tank
So
top
here's
picture,
why. I
dude.
do a lot of recovery meetings, and I don't like to just have my name, and that was the only picture on my laptop at home.
Really? That's the only picture you
I
have?
swear
That's
to
the
God,
only picture
that's
you
the
have?
only
You
picture.
You have
Really?
one picture, and it's of yourself in a fucking tank top. That's
Well,
the only
it's the
picture
only-
you have.
Local
Okay.
celebrity. You have headshots.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, well, first of all, I think it's way douchier if I used a headshot for my recovery meetings.
Well, I don't
That's
know.
number
Tank
one.
top shot.
Number two, most of the pictures I have are me with my fiance, me with my friends, and if I'm in a recovery meeting, I don't want to put somebody else in the photo. That's the only like
just take a
solo
selfie.
photo. I've tried. It didn't look good. I said fuck it, and that's what I used.
Wow.
So then
I'm
that,
sorry.
So that's the one you decided to use in a work meeting?
Tank
That
top.
just
You were
came-
wearing a pink tank top.
That-
It is.
I mean,
It's
it's
hot
like,
pink.
I would say it's like a cream color.
Oh, it's definitely
no,
not.
no,
You know
no,
what
no,
cream
no.
looks like? I don't
Yeah.
think you know what cream
Closer
looks
to
like.
orange. Than
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pink.
yeah.
I mean,
That
it's-
was what popped up, and I tried to change it, but I couldn't figure. I only used my laptop for Zoom. But I was on my phone this time, and I couldn't figure out how to change it from my phone. There was no setting. I tried
embarrassing.
really
It was
hard.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
I was, but I just at this point in my life, fuck it.
No.
No. Okay.
So all the rest of the people that worked at the radio station were on the Zoom meeting too. Now, at one point, did it break down a little bit and we start texting each other, commenting on what everybody was doing in the meetings?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yes, it.
Yes, we did.
That did happen.
Was one guy wearing a turnover chain
Yes.
from college football? Yes, he was.
Yeah.
And
No
I
way.
had to text Thor and say, dude, why is so and so wearing a turnover chain?
That
right now?
I
It makes no
laughed
sense.
out loud at that.
Yeah.
It was like a gold chain, like you'd wear in the
And,
'80s.
and that
So
just
weird.
that started everything.
There
Yeah.
were some comments that were said where I could see my face in the Zoom, and I would look down at something Eddie said, and I go, like anybody watching would see me fucking double up.
As we're talking about Rady Children's Hospital
Yeah,
and these
trying to
children
be
with
serious.
cancer and everything,
Yes, yes,
Emily's
yes.
cracking up.
Yes.
Very inappropriate.
Yeah.
That's not even the weird part.
No,
That's
we're
not
not to
even
the
the
weird
part.
part yet.
No.
Nothing is weird about this. I mean, we're juvenile.
Yeah, that's what
We
happens.
can't sit still.
Yeah.
You know, we're the kind of that. I mean, we were bored in the meeting and we decided to start goofing off.
Yeah, that's the sometimes I'm in a recovery meeting on Zoom and it's boring. and I'll be texting my friend Doug, and we'll do that. And like the goal is to try to get the other person to laugh on camera and shut their camera off. And listen, I should be paying attention,
Yes, you
obviously.
I used to do a thing, and Sky knows this, where we'd be in serious meetings.
Yeah.
We'd be in full staff meetings, and it would be so boring that I would come up with, and I'd pantomime ways of killing myself in the meeting. And so I, like the person would be across from me, like where Sky is, and then I'd pretend like I'd pour pills in a bottle, and then pretend to die. Or then I'd hang myself. And this is all while the meeting's going on, by the way. And then they would do it, and we try to get each other to laugh. And it was this is what you do in meetings, right?
Oh,
nobody's professional. We do stupid radio.
No.
So it's a joke.
Yeah. So the focus for me is when we do these Zoom meetings is just looking at everybody's boxes, what's in the back, just like when you see the news anchors on TV. What are they doing?
Yep.
So it broke down pretty quickly.
So quickly.
We all had fun doing it. Whatever. No big deal.
Right.
Until we come in this morning and we find out what Emily has done. She, of course, can't ever just let it be. We goofed off. We had a good time. Whatever.
Done.
She goes to like next levels.
Yes.
Have you noticed this about her?
Yeah.
She can't let things just be. She's got to go above and beyond.
Yeah.
And then now it's weird. Now you made it weird.
Now, 100%.
Tell everybody what you did, and let us know what you did this morning.
Well, it was at the beginning of the meeting when the meeting kicked off, and I sat there and I became uninterested in the meeting
Immediately. I mean,
10 seconds.
You love the Give-a-thon broadcast.
I do.
So I'm surprised that you immediately were out.
I've been doing it for 10 years.
Yes.
I figured out
Yes.
because I did it on my other station.
Right.
And I did my own shift for that. It was
Right.
crazy. Like I like
It
doing
is crazy
it.
that
I
somebody
get
would give you your
teary-eyed.
own shift.
It is really crazy, and that was a long time ago. And so I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I feel like I know my shit. I know what I'm talking about. I don't really need to pay attention.
You're right.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, the greatest broadcaster of all time.
Yeah. Molly Charity over
Yeah.
here.
Wow.
Damn, sister.
But anyway, even if I should have been paying attention, I wouldn't have paid attention anyway.
At
so
what
let's be
point were
honest.
you going to just unmute yourself and go, hey, listen, I know my shit, and then just leave the meeting?
Why don't I run this shit? I'm going to run the meeting. This is
Hey,
what
fuck
you do,
you,
fuckers.
so-and-so. I know this shit. You want to tour the fucking hospital? Done.
Done.
Yeah.
It is surprising.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Why didn't you do that?
You're the expert.
I thought about it, but I didn't do
Oh,
that.
that would
But I
have
didn't-
been exciting.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Oh, great.
So I'm sitting there and I decide to grab my phone and take a photo with my phone of the screen of each slide where they have. So there was probably 4 slides.
Yeah, like a Brady Bunch photo.
Yeah.
And there was like, 12,
gallery
12
view.
Yeah, there
photos
you
in
go.
each thing. So I decided for future reference, I would take a photo of each slide
Of everybody in the Zoom meeting.
of everybody in the Zoom meeting so I could.
What? What are you going to
so
do with
So
it,
you could
Emily?
what?
That's so
what?
creepy.
What were you going to do with that?
That's
we
so
already,
creepy.
We already made our jokes.
Yeah.
We already did our banter.
Yeah. Be in
the moment.
We
You're going to go
Now
back
what?
and reference it? I
Now
don't
what? Yeah.
understand.
What are
Then
we
you got to come in the next morning. Hey, look at this fucking idiot.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, now it's not funny. It's
Yeah,
weird.
now it's kind of mean and
Yeah.
weird.
Oh, a little
100%.
stalkery.
Great
One of my biggest like insecurities is when I'm in a recovery meeting, somebody taking pictures of everyone in the meeting.
Like a screenshot or
Yeah,
something?
screenshot. Anytime
So it's supposed to be very
I'm in a
private.
Zoom meeting,
Yeah.
I find it really like intrusive and weird if somebody were to do that. And kind of like
yeah.
a massive invasion of privacy. Like, yeah, I know it's weird, but you're taking like a picture of me? That's weird. Imagine doing that in public. Imagine like this guy's walking around, I just take a picture of her and I don't know her.
Yeah.
That's weird, dude.
Why would you do that?
It's fucking weird.
All right,
Why
settle down.
would you do
Settle
that?
down.
What's the logic?
Okay,
Comes the
this
settle
is
down,
where.
dude.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
okay.
Oh, no,
Guys,
Settle.
I can write the story.
Okay,
I
tell us.
I know
Here we
this
go.
fucking
Here we go.
book inside
Here
and
we
out.
go.
Okay, what do we got?
Here's where we're at now.
Okay.
We point out the weirdness of what just happened.
Yeah.
The defensive Emily is coming out.
Now here we go. Yeah,
She's going to
defensive.
defend it, why it's not weird. She's going to get pissed at us.
Yeah.
And then it's going to become a whole thing.
Yeah,
Right.
we're fucking assholes.
This is what it happens
Yes.
every fucking
Why
time.
didn't we
But
take
then,
pictures?
but then at the very end, she'll come around and be like, "Yeah, that was fucking
Yeah,
weird.
yeah,
Why
then
did I
she'll
do that?
recognize,
Yeah, why did
okay,
I do that?
why did
That
I
was
do
weird."
that?
And then
That was
she'll,
weird.
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
guys will leave
Yeah.
the studio,
Yeah.
and she'll tell me, I don't know, I don't fucking care.
Oh, really? Is that what you do?
I don't
Oh, really? Is
care.
that
I
what
don't
you do?
care. I don't fucking care.
Oh, okay.
I don't care.
Okay. Go ahead.
So
Why is
please.
please tell us why that's not weird.
So as I'm scrolling when I get on the Zoom, I notice one guy's laying down.
Like
that is
fully.
weird.
He laid
like,
down in his bed.
pillow.
It was a little
That
weird.
is
It was a
behind
little
his
weird.
head.
I've done that on
He's not
Zoom
even,
before.
halfway sitting up. You could just
Yeah, he's like.
I was on a sales call once.
That is weird.
With our general manager and our local manager.
Yeah.
And it was just the three of us.
Yeah.
And it was a meeting, and I did it from my bedroom. I wasn't laying down, but when you have my laptop, you could see my headboard in the background.
Oh.
And they're like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you have pants on?"
Yeah.
I mean, it's a weird spot to do
Yeah.
a Zoom meeting.
It
There's
is.
no question about
It
it. But when you're fully laying down
Yeah.
in bed,
Yeah.
With
it's
all
really
your
weird.
coworkers on this, like
That's
all the
very
air
odd.
talent.
and you see Teddy's like laying down right next to you, it's like it's a little much.
It's a little weird.
And look how funny it is.
She loves it. She
we,
loves it.
We already joked around about it though in the moment.
In the
do
text.
So
you
she
need
took a screenshot
like
of
she's
it.
gonna walk in this morning and go, "Hey, look at this fucking idiot
I'm
laying
like,
it down."
Whoa,
huh?
Yeah.
dude,
Wouldn't wanna
now
be
I'm
this
not
guy.
laughing anymore.
It's like,
Like,
well,
is it her
well, now it's mean.
yes.
Is she gonna make it her screensaver? Like,
I don't know.
Why do we
I don't
need
know why
that?
you would ever do that.
Why do we?
Why
need
would
it?
you ever do that?
In case.
What? In
case
case
what?
what?
Please
Please explain.
Okay,
In case
there
what?
was that. It did come in handy because there was another joke made about somebody, and I sent screenshot about it in our text message. So then that came in handy, and then I
You
thought
had that already to go
Like
in
we
the
were-
holster.
I had it already to go in the holster.
And you're
Look
like,
at her. Look at her.
just in case
She
we
loves
make
it.
fun of the people at 933, let me take some pictures of
You're
them
like,
real quick.
what? What are you doing?
And how long then do you plan on holding on to these photos?
That's another great point.
Like-
I think I already deleted it, to be honest.
Well, it's
I
because
don't-
we made fun of you.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
made fun.
no, yeah. Well,
you
no,
had it this,
actually.
you had
showed
it this
it to me.
morning.
I know.
You had it this morning.
No, what I mean is before I gave Dario my phone, I think I just deleted it. So
Okay.
I'm making space for
Right.
for,
I can't wait
for
to
Yeah,
see
your
filming.
photo stream's a little full. If that's what you're doing, if you're going around taking shots of people in meetings,
That's
then
weird.
okay. Do you recognize
Can we
maybe
acknowledge?
that this was odd behavior?
Funny behavior.
It's not though.
I think it's really
It's not
funny.
though. It now it
other
no
than the-
longer is.
Other than the one guy laying down, everyone else was kind of whatever.
yeah, I don't
There was
really
nothing
get.
crazy.
Yeah.
But if somebody's name comes up, you're gonna look at this.
look at this.
This fucking idiot. He was in a Zoom meeting, guys.
I bet you. I bet he has no friends. Fucking loser.
Look at this.
I didn't make any sense. I just get a giggle with you guys.
When was the last
And then
time
that's
this?
it.
I bet you this bitch hasn't been laid in 5
Oh
years.
my god.
Emily.
Remember at the beginning of this, I said I love it and don't ever change. I changed my mind.
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
I think we're good.
No.
I need to change.